Hello everybody, welcome to my channel at Comeback. My name's Kim. I wanted to get on here for a quick minute and let you know what's going on. Got quite a few things I want to just throw out there. First of all, I finished this book, The Secret. It's by Rhonda, her last name is spelled B-Y-R-N-E. Excellent book, excellent. I recommend this book. It kind of it's about just getting your thoughts to think in a way that you really didn't look at before. It makes you to realize everything you put out there. And so I have been doing this, and I will let you know when my manifestations come true. Okay, that's the book. And let's see, what do I want to go talk to you about first? I want to talk about Delphi just a little bit, but I wanted to get in about relationships and, in the end and things like that. Now, if you don't know, I was married 26 years. I've been divorced now 7. And I'm just now healing from that relationship and finding myself back, and it's been really tough at times, but it's been so exhilarating too. And I think back from where I came, and I'm just amazed. I'm amazed, and I think some of us don't know just how divinely protected we are, what we are. And I just know I was very lucky to escape that relationship. I'm very lucky to have survived that relationship. And even though I knew in my heart, I knew in my soul, I needed to get away and I needed to start over. If that meant with nothing, it was better than what I was living in hell. Even with that being said, I had loved him, and my love was always true. So even though he did all these awful things, you miss him. I have struggled with that. I have prayed. I've cried. Because I just wanted to be gone. I wanted to poof, you're gone. You take him out of my memory. But every time that I saw him, which was not a lot, but too much. My grandson, he'd pick him up and take him to dinner, and he does that. And I let that happen because of my grandson, so I will let him go to dinner with him and go with his sister at different times. Usually, if he gets him, he brings him right back to me, and I have him for the weekend or the week, which is okay. I love that time. But I didn't like how it affected me. I didn't like that over my head. I didn't want to have anything. And my story is not different than a lot of... You're supposed to be seeing the fireplace, but you're seeing Geico right now. Sorry, I get... But with him, it was hard because I loved him. I really did love him. But I knew to save myself. And I prayed so many times, you know, God, please take this away. Take this out of my heart. I don't want to feel, I don't want to hurt. I don't want my heart to hurt anymore. I don't want to think about his crap anymore. I don't want to have his relationship thrown into my face, because he's with someone that was married also, and evidently they had been having an affair several months after we were married. He was already having an affair with her and several others. But it really hurt me because it really messed me up. And now I'm faced with, now I gotta have her thrown in my face. And he did throw her in my face a lot. Let's let all that go. I've been working on myself. You know, even though I had these thoughts and these feelings, I still kept praying and kept working on myself. And I want to tell you, on the 7th of December, my granddaughter had a play, The Wizard of Oz, and I went to see it. I took my grandson, and I knew that he was going to be there. I knew she was going to be there. But I had prayed about it, and, you know, I'd done some prayers the night before, and I actually did a ceremony letting things go, writing them down, burning them, releasing them. You know, I even did my prayer, used my selenite. It's really not a knife, guys, but it's made out of that special stone that it just takes all negativity. But it's very, anyways, I used it to pretty much cut my ties. Kind of a metaphor on words there. I knew that it was going to be okay the next day, and I went, and we walked in, and I immediately saw my ex with his significant other, and I didn't get that pain in my heart. I didn't get that heart, you know, that if anybody's ever been through hurt like this, they understand what I'm saying. I didn't have that, and, you know, I was pretty happy about it, but I went over to this side and sat, and I was talking to my grandson, and hadn't started yet, and I said, well, I hope James shows up, because I haven't seen him. That's my granddaughter's father. I haven't seen him for so long. And he goes, well, he's over there now. And I'm going to tell you, my ex was turned around, and he was talking to James, and he had his arm on the back, and I do not know why, but I got right up, I walked right over, and I sat right down behind my ex and his significant other. He saw me coming, and he had a look of terror in his eyes. I can tell you, that whole program, I was just so engrossed in my granddaughter's play and watching her. My heart was so... I didn't have that heaviness in my heart anymore. I didn't have that ting. It was gone. I didn't have love. I didn't have any jealousy. And I don't know how it happened, but I've been rejoicing ever since. Because now I know I'm ready. I'm ready to go on. I'm ready for whatever life's got. As far as a romantic person, I'm not looking. I got real good at seeing red flags. But if love finds me, I won't turn away. But I feel confident the next chapter in my life is going to be so different. And I'm just so grateful for everything, and for God giving me that peace and letting that happen. But I wanted to just throw that out there because it's been hard. It's something that only my really, really, really close friends have known about. That I had this hurt. It's hurtful. I remember thinking, if I was only prettier, if I only made more money, he would love me more. If that means nothing, because if they love you, none of that means anything. They love you. Anyways, I'm just glad that part's over with, and I'm letting it go, and now I'm moving on. I'm having an OCD moment because I do not have my Christmas tree up, and that's another thing. If you know me, you know. I'm just going to say it. No shame here. My Christmas tree's up before Halloween. This year, I haven't got anything up. So I'm hoping to work on that tonight. And then I'm going to do one on Delphi, but, because I've been, even though you guys don't always see me, I am always doing things. Trust me. I'm always working on the Delphi case, always. Because I live in Indiana, it's not that far from me. It's close to home. So I follow that. I will say I have got some disturbing messages from someone. And it makes me leery to post and put Delphi on anything because I know that this person is going to be on it and he's going to start on me again. He's kind of cuckoo. And I say that. Yeah, he's got some issues. But we don't want to get on that right now. Anyways, let me go to what okay, let me see what I got today. These are all these nuts are for Delphi. Okay, now I was just doing some looking into some facts and things, and I couldn't believe this, but in Indiana we have over 200 missing active missing person cases. 200. Now, there have been other children that have been killed. I'm still looking into that so I can get the more of the facts. This is just off the thing, but I want to say that they are leaning, the police are leaning towards a serial killer. That the girls were perhaps is not his first killing, and certainly not his last until he's caught. Now, some other disturbing cases. Oh, well, let me just say, there were 2 other girls that were murdered. Their names were Elizabeth Collins and Lyric Cook. Now, they were out in Iowa, but they were on a nature trail on their bikes, and they were taken. But there's some questions that perhaps these killings are tied in. Now, some more disturbing news is the Monon Trail doesn't run just through Delphi. It comes down into Indianapolis. So it's large. It's not just, the trail goes on forever. Now, the Monroe Trail now, on Meridian, which is in town, it's up in Indianapolis now, they're finding that someone is putting tacks, lots and lots of tacks down, because there's bikers, there's runners, there's dogs being walked, and it's starting to cause some concern, obviously. Why is someone doing this? And it just is so disturbing. And then we had another body. It was a man. He was seen floating in Deer Creek. And the individual that saw him was up on like a bridge, and they saw him go floating by, and he had long hair. That's all they knew about him. And Sheriff Toby said the man was floating, but they could not find him. He's never been found. They don't know who he is. That blows my mind too. That just blows my mind. This stuff's going on. And now there were some skeleton remains. It was a skull. It was found southwest Lafayette by the water treatment facility. Now, Jason, and I don't know how, I'm just going to say it. His last name is spelled Dombkowski. He's the West Lafayette police chief, and he says the public is not in danger. Okay. Maybe it's just me, but I would think if you find a skull, obviously there's foul play somewhere. Somebody's been murdered. I don't know how they can say, but the public is not. Oh, just to show you, I don't think they tell us everything, because not too long ago, they caught a serial rapist here in Indiana, and I guess this had been going on for a long time, but they didn't put it out on the news. They didn't, so people weren't aware of it. Now, I find that I find that interesting too, in a wrong kind of way. Shouldn't the public be, especially women, that there's a serial rapist out there, you know, you need to watch. Okay, now, let's see. Okay, that might be the last on that. It was Riley Park. The man that was floating in Deer Creek, it was at Riley Park that the Deer Creek was running under, and the man was floating. So, we have so much going on. And you know, I'm thinking, there's a whole lot more shadiness out there. Now, human remains found in Bloomington. Okay, that was Molly, and I'm going to spell her last name because I don't want to spell it wrong. Dattilo. And this is a heartbreaking story. Her mother had actually dropped her off. She was doing a summer job where she was a lifeguard on this little beach area of the lake. And her mother dropped her off. It was early. Nobody was really there yet. But her mom noticed this white car. And she had this uneasy feeling. And when she went to leave, she looked at the man. And he looked away. But her daughter was never saw again. Okay. Now, getting back to Delphi, Doug Carter of the Indianapolis Police Department, you know, he was speaking on the sketches, and there was 2 sketches put out. The first sketch we got, the man on the bridge, you know, he had the hat on and da-da-da-da-da. And then later on, when we got the second sketch, he didn't have his hat on. He looked different, younger. Now, they're believing that those pictures are of the same man. This man, the first sketch that we were given, there were 2 other young ladies there before Abby and Libby that day, and they had been out walking, and they actually passed this man. And so that's where the one description came from. Now, this is speculation, but they're saying now that perhaps that the second picture we got was because he was trying to disguise himself more, not his face, disguise himself more. So they're thinking perhaps that's when the hat came on, that's when the jacket, and you know, they think that he maybe made himself appear to be bigger than he really was. But that's where they are on that. But I didn't realize there was more people out on that trail than Abby and Libby, and there were that day. So that's what. But I'm gonna come back because I'm gonna give you what I've got. The message that I've got from Spirit on her. But I'm gonna do that later. Come back on and do that, and go into some things that I've been about that case to put out there more. Something's just not right. And you know, I don't know why I feel this so strongly. And believe me, I went back and forth with it. But I get law enforcement is in it somehow. I don't know if they tried to hide some things. I'm not talking about the state police. I'm talking about the shadiness in Carroll County. And there's a lot of shadiness. And a lot of things get overlooked. Depends on who your friends are. And I guess nowadays, just because you wear a uniform and whatever, you know, we've always been told to respect. It's just like anything. We can have corruption with that too. But I will come on and I'll go. I'm not sure how I'm going to disguise when I put it out there, because I'm very disturbed by this individual that's been contacting me. And I want to share something really quick. This was really strange about that. Okay, I never. Okay, when somebody subscribes to my channel, I don't know who it is. I don't know who subscribes. It doesn't tell me that. But the weirdest thing happened with him. Oh, I gave out more than I should have. With him, I clicked on my thing, it was on my page, and right there. And he subscribed, and it told me he subscribed. And I thought, well, that's weird. And then, I went immediately to that person's channel and realized that he not only has one, he has 4 channels, because he gets kicked up. He gets kicked or blocked. And I'm telling you, after he watches, I watch the stuff, this guy's nuts. He's an addict. I'm not judging him on that. My daughter had a battle with that she lost. But I believe if you are stating in your videos that you haven't had any heroin for a week, and then you're bouncing all over the place and you're cussing and screaming, and there is something wrong there. And I know law enforcement he's on their radar, because so no doubt, I'm sure he's being looked at too. I don't feel nervous about putting what I'm telling you out there right now, because he's only going to respond when I put Delphi on my stuff. So this one's not going to be Delphi, but my next one, I will go into more, let me say that word, specifics. I will go into facts, and then I will share my my input from Spirit and what I got. So that's my plan, guys. Just wanted to catch up, let you know what's going on. And don't think I'm always doing something. I'm always watching. I'm always working on some other things. And I can't wait. I'm working on my, well, they're over here, but I've been working on my bracelets. And I'm almost ready to start those out. I'm going to call them healing bracelets. Healing bracelets, bracelets, for your chakra, keep your chakra aligned. I'll show you more on the bracelets when I get them all in their thing, and I can show them they're all done. All of them are done. Because that way there's a variety. And let's see, is that it for now? I think it is it for now. I did put you some fireplace stuff on, and I did have my angel. But I just want you guys to know what's going on, and I will be putting out the Delphi one. Delphi and Barry. He's my next. Delphi's my